Hello everyone, this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm here with a finished flip through of these 3 paper bag journals. If you remember, I started this project last summer and now I'm finally getting around to finishing these up as I'm just kind of finishing some unfinished projects. And this is, I've got 3 more actually paper bag journals, so I don't know. We'll see if I get those done. I don't know. But these are the ones that are kind of like traveler's notebook size. They have the cute little fruits on the front made from, I believe it was Aldi grocery bags. And I just thought these were really cute little fruits to, feature on the front of a journal. So let's go do some quick flip throughs here. This one has a red tie closure, which this was made from some red seam binding. So, and I just was kind of matching the fruits, and you can see fruits on the back of this one too. It's sewn around the sides and the bottom, and then it has a reinforced spine with some more paper bag that's also sewn around, and here's the binding. So this one is the only one that opens at the top. I didn't put anything in here, but if you wanted to, you would just be careful so you don't lose it down in there, but it is open at the top. Okay, so then this opens up and have a little library pocket here on the inside. And the inside of the paper bag is lined with this cardstock. So it's kind of, decent cardstock with some, this one has red glittery accents, so really pretty. And you can see the library pocket in here in the inside cover. And here's a library card in here. And it's got lines on the front and back. And there's lines here too. And you can decorate this little library pocket. And then here's a little journaling spot here. Just folded cardstock. And then this is a little tag. I was making tags yesterday, and this is one of them. The little index card cutoff that I made into a little tag. So that's in there. And then here on the front cover, of all 3 I have is a seed packet. So these were some seed packets that I had picked up, and they are, they've never been used, okay? And they have never even been put together. So I was able to leave it open. This is how it came, open like this. So I left it open, and I thought it would be cool if it, if you wanted to use it as a journaling spot, or you could make it into a pocket and glue it together. All you would do is just fold this in and put some glue on there, and glue it together, and then you'd have a pocket right here. So just whatever. I just thought it was fun that it was open and it could be a journaling spot. Plus it makes a pretty little front, page. So, and then so mostly I have in here just some papers, lots of writing room to put in whatever pictures or mementos you want, but just a variety of miscellaneous lined papers. And here's a book page, some scrapbook paper. This is graph. This is a strawberry card. Since there was fruit on the front, I thought fruit on the inside would be cool. A little cutoff here that I made into a page of scrapbook paper. So I have a variety of sizes pages in here too. This is vintage music paper. This is from a vintage child's magazine here. It was this one was, I think, from the 50s. This is vintage graph paper. You can see that green grid. And here's the back of that one. Scrapbook here, vintage friendship book page. And this is a regular ledger paper, like newer, not, I got it from a thrift store, but it's still newer than the other one, right? Book page, blue lined paper. Here's some more of that friendship book. This is the middle, and this is a piece of cardstock like scrapbook paper, which is double-sided. And I wanted it to be a pretty center here. So you can see it's postage stamps. I've got a little label on here, a definition label, and these are sewn together. And so in the pockets I have this was a index card, pink index card, so you've got lines to write on here, and then a pretty picture that I copied from one of my vintage, and it might be an antique postcard, and made some just new things out of it. I only had one of those, so I didn't want to give away the original, but I did make some copies and make some different things out of it. This is a kind of a writing spot slash tag slash bookmark made from an old book page. So I decorated the front, some collaging here, and then put two pieces of paper here with lines that you can write on. There's the back. So that just fits in there. And then this is the back half of the first, set of pages that we saw there. So similar, like this is another friendship journal page. And then we'll just flip through these quickly so we can get through the other two real quick. But by the time you see this video, this will be in my Etsy shop. And I made these this way, kind of not really embellished, so that someone that gets these, I'm going to send along a goodie bag so that someone can get these and do what they want. You can embellish them. You can do whatever you want. You can not embellish them. You can write in them. You can just do whatever you want. It's a blank canvas pretty much, right? Like I was going to put some of these in here, and I was looking for a spot, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to send this along. So this is, along with clips and buttons and things, I'm going to send some ephemera so you can decorate. You can say, I want this right here, or I want it right here, and I'm going to send a doily. I'm going to send paper clips. I have a few things right here. I just haven't got the goodie bags ready yet, but plus I want them to be a surprise. So just some things I'm going to send along so you can have fun decorating this journal. In the back pocket here, another library pocket that I made out of scrapbook paper. Actually, this is cardstock scrapbook paper. A little tag here, cute little tiny tag that's sewn around. And this is a journaling card that's got some collaging on it. So those are in there. So that's the first one. So these are going to be inexpensive. I like to have all different price, I like to make very involved, detailed, embellished journals, and I like to make simple ones too. And that gives me a chance to, offer all, prices of journals. So this particular one here that I just showed you is just a little over 4 inches wide, and then like barely over. And then it's, about 8.5 inches tall. So that's this one. So this one also has the red seam binding closure. And this one has fruits on the front. So this one's sewn all the way around. I didn't leave the top open. It's a blank on the back. You can decorate this if you want, or leave it blank. I love this color though. And here's the inside cardstock decorating and giving the cover support. Here's the library card in this one. And in this pocket, the same little library card that I just showed you. There's a ticket, a large ticket that can be a journaling card here, or you can use it for like a pocket or a tuck spot somewhere. You glue it in and use it for a tuck spot. And another one of those little index card tags. Here's the seed packet in this one. So it just opens up again. So you can do the same thing. So it's very similar. Like when I was making these at the same time and just kind of dividing pages up. This is a vintage, I didn't point it out in that one, a vintage like planner paper. Of course, there's different scrapbook papers in each one. But the main like writing papers, like the colored papers and the ledger papers, are going to be the same. Here's the strawberry card. So you can see pretty much. I did put a doily in this one. This is the only one I actually bound a doily into it, but I can still send along another doily. Some pretty coffee dyed paper in that one, or this one. So, and this center page, here's the center page. Let me take these. I tried to put long, narrow things in here because I thought that was pretty neat. There is another definition label on this one. A pretty like scrapbook paper. You see it's double-sided, very pretty. Sewn here. And then this one has a long tag or bookmark. This I made in my video yesterday too, where I was trying to use up some of my scraps. there's a bookmark here, an actual bookmark. Whenever I see them in my thrifting, I pick them up and put them into my stash so I can use them in my journals just like I just did. So this is the back half. You can see it's pretty much the same. I've got quite a few fold outs in here. That's the back of the card. These were a lot of fun. They have between, let me think, 40 or so pages. Like some of them might have 42 or one might have 40. And then if you count fronts and backs, you know, that's 80 or so pages. So quite a few pages. And here's the back ephemera here. This one I have a Boy Scout card. This is a copy of, this is the only Boy Scout card I've ever found. I thought it was so cool. And I copied it and made little journaling cards out of it. So that's what that is. And this is a little, I have the original postcard, but I copied it and shrank it and made it into a tiny postcard, which also acts as a journaling card. So that's the library card. And this one made out of a scrapbook paper. So that's that one. Oh, let me tell you the size on this one. This one's a really cute size. I love the skinny, tall, skinny journals. But this one is 3.5 inches wide by about 7 3/4. Is that right? 7 3/4. Yep, that's right. So, and then this one, I did a little bit different closure. I ran out of that red seam binding, so I found this in my little goodie bag of ribbons. And it's a little like cording. It's a black cord. And so what I did, I'll show you, this one has blank on the back fruit here, sewn all the way around, just like the last one. And so I sewed this cording on right inside the cover here. I went back and forth on there to make it nice and sturdy, probably 4 times with a zigzag stitch. I feel like the zigzag stitch is even stronger than the straight stitch, so I just back and forth 4 times at least. That's all my sewing machine would do. After the 4th time, it didn't want to go over again. I actually tried. But yeah, it's nice and sturdy on there. And then here's the library pocket. Same things as the last one. So I just show you so you can see it's the same things basically, except for like maybe the book pages and the scrapbook paper. So, and the friendship book pages, you know, they're of course different because, you know, I only had one of those books. So, but just some fun little journals to pick up if you needed one and you didn't want to spend a lot of money right now. These would be, you know, probably good right up your alley. This is an old bookmark that I just picked up, found in a book that I'd picked up. And it was actually, I was going to put it in my stash and it actually started to crack. I didn't even hardly do anything to it. So I backed it. I wanted to save it. I thought it was really neat and old. And you can see it's this browning around the edges is the natural browning. I didn't distress it. So to save it, I backed it on file folder. I think I glued it on there and then I sewed around. So it's nice and, you know, sturdy now, back to, you know, usable condition. So that's a really neat thing. And this is a pretty little tag that I have in here made from, oh, this was my son had brought me, if you've been watching my videos for a while, my son had brought me those papers that were electronic type diagrams he found in a crawl space under a house. So this was in there, instructions. You can see it says circuit board here and stuff like that. So I took it, copied it, shrank it, and made it into a tag here. It's on file folder. I copied it onto file folder and then decorated it. So just a fun little piece there. So something different in each one as far as the ephemera goes too. So yeah, just lots of fun little different variety of pages, and I love eclectic journals and variety of sizes, you know, pages. So these second two, I might, you know, let me see. I might put in the same listing. We'll see. I mean, I know here's a picture in this one. This is from a Reader's Digest, and it's got the Boy Scout card too. And then here's the library pocket in this one. But let me tell you the size. This one is 3.5. You can see it's kind of just almost barely one notch over 3.5. Pretty much right on it though. And then 7, almost 7.5. It's like one notch under 7.5. Is that right? 7.5. Yep. So I was going to say these two, they're almost the same size. So I might put these in the same listing. So if you go to my Etsy shop and you say, oh, you know, I wanted the one with the black cording, has the electronic, you know, and the old bookmark and the picture. So, you know, they are different. So if you say, oh, I want this one. So I'm going to list this one as, you know, listed as it is. And then at the end of the list, the title, I'll put with black cord closure. Okay. And so for this one, if you wanted this one, you know, has the tall bookmark and this bookmark or a journaling card, and has the zinnias. Does this one have zinnias too? See, they all have different flowers too. So, but if say you want this one, I'll say, you know, put the title and say with red seam binding closure. So these will be in the same listing, but you'll pick which one you want. And then this one will be separate because it's bigger and it'll be easier for me to, you know, have the separate sizing and everything for this one in a separate listing. And I'll have these listed in their separate exact detailed how many pages and you know, sizes and everything, even though they'll be in the same listing. And if it doesn't work out, if you don't see them in the same listing, that'll mean either they're sold or I decided to list them separate, but they all should be next to each other, even if I decide to put them all three in separate listings. So that's my video for today, just sharing those, and I'm going to have some fun outside working in the yard today, and going to maybe do some sewing. So I will see you all soon, and take care and happy crafting.